Hello, everyone. Welcome to Weird World Podcast. I'm Dean.
I'm Jack.
I'm Carrie.
We're being very efficient here. Carrie is going to regale us. You know, I thought I gave up that word, but it just came back right now.
It's a great word.
It's a pretty good word.
You can't escape it.
No. She's going to regale us of a story of, I don't know, so much mystery as mayhem.
Yes. Not much mystery. Lots of mayhem.
Yes, mayhem. And some strangeness.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thanks.
It is the story of Kim Wall. Do you know who she is, Jack?
The name rings a bell, but
Yeah.
it's not a very outlandish name, so who knows?
No.
It's not.
Well, the events that we're going to talk about occurred in August of 2017, so not that long ago. And in fact, I remember when this happened.
Wow. You remember that far back? That's impressive.
Yeah.
You're
Me,
getting
I have
worried.
a limit of maybe 2 years.
No, really?
You don't.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Well, we're talking about stuff that happened in Copenhagen. So, not necessarily in my backyard. Not my local news.
No, it's not.
So,
Okay.
Anyway.
Thanks for pointing out you're not from Denmark.
I know what. What do
Well,
I know?
We don't hear about everything that happens in Denmark, is all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Oh, we hear about lots of things. I guess you don't subscribe to the Denmark Times.
Name
Some
one
of us
other
do.
thing that happened in Denmark that you know
Hans
about
Christian Andersen was born. Boom!
in the last 5
Nazis
years.
invaded 1940. The last 5 years, Denmark. I'm going to go with...
There was a monarchy, and it got disbanded and turned into some sort of democracy.
Did it really?
I have no clue.
They have a king, I think, or a queen.
Oh, is
yeah,
he the
they
one that
probably
was-
do.
Is he the one that was forced to acknowledge a child out of wedlock?
Maybe.
OMG, scandal.
We're
And-
either slurring Denmark or... That's a very nice note to
And
remember.
she's now allowed to use the title princess, I think.
I have
Okay, so yeah,
absolutely no
Mom
idea.
has proven herself right. She is the expert of Denmark
Yeah.
here.
Okay. we
I'm
bow
not
to you.
100% sure that's Denmark, but
Okay.
could be. % sure is what that's.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows.
They might not have listened to that episode.
We say it every time.
Anyway, Kim Wall was a freelance journalist. She was actually Swedish, but she was living in Copenhagen, and she was planning to move to China with her partner, Ola Stoba.
Ola Stoba.
Or Ola Stoba.
I'm going to say there's like weird things going on with those vowels, like things in like slashes
Dots.
and dots and things like that.
Circles.
Or maybe not.
Ruin it for me.
So on the night of August 10th, they were having a going away party, and Kim had been given the opportunity to interview somebody who was known as a local inventrepreneur.
Oh, that's
I knew you'd like that.
horrible.
I knew you'd like that name,
I
Dean.
don't like that.
It's a portmanteau. You like those
It's a
things.
portmanteau, but it's a smug one.
Yes,
So I'm not a fan.
very much so.
Yeah, you know whoever calls himself that is just an
yeah.
asshole.
Just insufferable.
Well, this inventropreneur's name was Peter Madsen. And
Peter Madsen?
Madsen. He was pretty well known. He was somewhat of a local celebrity because he had built 3 submarines and worked on 2 crowd-funded manned space projects. Kind of weird. Kim's parents were both journalists, and they had traveled the world for their stories and did so from the time her mom was pregnant with her until, forever. So Kim, as a young child, traveled the world with her parents, and so she was able to see all different kinds of cultures and stuff like that. And she had a younger brother, Tom, and she originally wanted to become a diplomat, and she studied international relations at the London School of Economics
Very impressive.
Oh
to
my.
get her bachelor's degree. Very impressive.
Fancy tancy.
Then I also saw somewhere that she studied at the Sorbonne in Paris. Also fancy.
Yes. London
And-
School of Economics, Sorbonne. What's next?
What's she doing? Is
I'll
she just
tell
gonna
you
fail?
what's
CLA.
Next.
It's a step up. Shut up.
Calm
You're
down.
not far off. She realized that she wanted to follow in her parents' footsteps after all and become a journalist. So she went back and got dual master's degrees.
NYU.
Columbia School of Journalism.
Columbia School of
Called
Journalism
it.
I have no idea
in
about
New York
anything.
City, so you're close. She got
Throw me a bone.
She got a master's in journalism and also in international relations or international affairs
I was going to say, did she already have that?
from Columbia. So, yeah. So I take it she was pretty smart
Yeah.
young
Just a
woman.
little bit.
In 2013, she was 24 at this point.
14.
She,
Very
wait, was she 24 or 26?
You're about
26.
to say 14, though.
Okay.
Yeah. She won the Foreign Press Association's Young Journalists Award.
Nice.
So by 2017, now she's 30. She's traveled the world covering stories in China, Haiti, Uganda, and North Korea.
Whoa.
Yeah, and she's been published in Harper's, The Guardian, New York Times, Vice Magazine, Slate, The Atlantic, and I wrote down here Tim, but I think I meant Time.
Yeah, our friend Tim, he's told us all about her articles.
One of those didn't fit that well. I'm not going to say which.
Vice.
It's okay. Try not to say it.
I was thinking it. Mama said it.
You don't know what her article was about. She wrote about all kinds of different things.
Okay.
One of those things is not
BuzzFeed.
like the other.
13 things that
Hey,
blah,
BuzzFeed.
blah, et cetera, always lame.
Well,
They never live up to
News,
the hype.
actually,
Never live up
BuzzFeed
to the
News is an entirely separate entity from the
Yes.
people who do that, but I digress.
hype. The 18 things that will make you laugh
Absolutely.
out loud, maybe two.
23 GIFs that you'll only get if you're a millennial. Fuck you.
Well, Kim described her stories as those that cover identity, gender, pop culture, social justice, foreign policy, and the undercurrents of rebellion.
Nice.
Wow. That's a badass description of yourself,
That is.
no matter
That's
what.
good.
Imagine that business card.
I'm just gonna steal that and put that on
No.
Twitter.
In March 2017, she had pitched a story about the Danish space race to several news and magazine outlets because,
That's a thing.
I was
I
going to say,
guess
they had
so.
one too.
Denmark's going to space.
well, I don't know if the government was, but
Yeah.
there were some private groups.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said that one
Yeah.
guy, the inventrepreneur, was
Yeah.
doing those crowdfunded.
Peter
seems
Madsen.
odd.
Yeah, he had worked on 2 crowdfunded
But usually that means
man
some guy
space-
going to the desert and having it fail miserably or make excuses of why he couldn't do the launch. That's usually how those end up.
Well,
Which it seems like it did because I ain't never heard of no Danish person going to space.
well,
a Danestronaut. You
Oh,
have you
that's-
heard that word? Yes or no? No is the answer, so they don't exist.
by this
Better
point,
portmanteau.
because she was living in Copenhagen
Okay.
with Ola.
Ola.
They
Is that a man?
yes.
Damn.
Oh,
Ole.
I'm honestly surprised by that.
Why?
I just assumed it was a woman.
Oh nope. They lived.
I'm disappointed.
Maybe because I described him as her partner. They do
Yeah.
that.
Oh, you
more.
did? I didn't
Yeah.
even clock that. But
They do that more in
Probably
Europe than we do here.
Okay. Okay, partner.
Okay, Woody.
What?
It makes you sound like a cowboy
When
here.
you just
Yeah.
howdy, partner.
Howdy. I didn't say howdy.
They lived in an industrial area of Copenhagen, and they were walking around.
Not
just
biking?
Nope, just walking around, and they passed by a building that had a sign that said "Rocket Madsen Space Lab,"
Oh no.
and that piqued Kim's interest. So
Like safety not guaranteed. Well, tell me more.
she contacted Peter Madsen, who was known as Rocket Madsen by his friends,
No.
because she wanted to interview him for a story that she was doing about the whole space race thing. And she had already interviewed another group called Suborbital, where he actually used to be affiliated with.
I wonder what they do.
They actually put on raves. They're pretty.
It does sound
They produce
That
those-
actually
they glow sticks.
Yeah.
And
would be a good
ecstasy.
band name.
Yeah.
does sound like a band. Well, Peter Madsen, or Rocket Madsen, as he likes to be called, was a 46-year-old Danish amateur, or basically self-taught aerospace engineer.
See, that should not exist.
100%. It's like self-taught, like
Yeah.
civil engineers. No, 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 no,
Let
no,
me
no,
stop
no.
you right there. If that isn't Weaver after self-taught, I have a problem. It's like
Yeah.
Hey, are you talking about me?
no,
What?
You're a very fine
I'm a self-taught weaver.
Oh yeah,
I'm saying,
self-taught
but
artist.
weavers don't kill a lot of people.
That's true.
Space engineers have the potential to kill some people.
100. I want a piece of paper
Yeah.
that tells me that you learned everything
I'm a
from
self-taught-
somebody who knows it.
I'm a self-taught neurosurgeon. Come to my
Yeah.
office.
It scares me.
Well, he was a self-taught aerospace engineer and submarine builder.
Yeah,
Two things.
Two things that can cause real harm.
Yep.
And he built 3. You said he built 3 submarines.
Yes.
Why? Who went in them? And they should never do it again.
Well, he was eccentric, obviously,
He was.
and he had a history of bizarre stunts and weird behavior.
And drunken, rage-filled screaming fest at neighbors.
Honestly, probably.
In May of 2008, he showed one of his homemade submarines to a bunch of onlookers. He named it the UC-3 Nautilus, after the submarine in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Ambitious.
It is.
And then a week after that is when he began to build a rocket.
Did he do anything with the submarine?
I've conquered
he
the
launched-
sea. I'm now going for the sky.
He launched the UC-3 Nautilus, and it was seaworthy.
Ugh.
So he and a former NASA contractor, so this guy was,
Legit.
yeah. I don't know if he was an engineer. I know he was an architect. His name was Christian von Bankston. They co-founded Copenhagen Suborbitals with the goal of constructing the first manned built from scratch rocket. In June of 2011, they did manage to launch a rocket off like a floating platform off an island in the Baltic Sea. I don't know how it went, but they did it.
I love
It
it.
was 6 inches high, and it just went,
Yeah.
like a firework.
That's like the recent SpaceX launch where they're like, it crashed and burned, but they're like, we got so much data.
We learned a lot.
Well-
They're not failures, just opportunities to learn. Now, you know what? They can be both.
100.
I think the original plan was for Peter to actually be the person to go into space.
Oh,
in
I
the
think,
rocket.
God.
Peter is a dum-dum.
Yeah, I was going to say, how did he make it to 46? And that's how, by backing out at the last minute.
So by 2014, these various projects, submarines and amateur rockets, kind of made him a celebrity in Denmark. And there were films and books about him and his projects. And that
Jeez.
kind of gave him a platform to go on speaking engagements.
I bet you that's the Vice article she wrote.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Denmark's own
She hadn't-
amateur rocket,
she hadn't met
amateur
him yet.
mad scientist.
Okay,
She hadn't met him
Mom,
until-
I'm making jokes.
Oh, okay.
I
She
didn't know.
does that a lot.
And in 2014, Peter and Christian broke up their little partnership
Oh, no.
because Peter thought Christian was spending too much time with his family and not enough time on their projects.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, now I don't like either one of them.
Well,
Did you
it,
before?
No.
it
but
could be a
still.
little more like Christian got a little bit tired of Peter and his eccentricities and his
Maybe.
bad temper and
Maybe.
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because he
Maybe.
was known to have quite a bad temper.
Yeah. Well, it's
See?
only for people who don't, quote, get him.
And he would act like a child when he got upset, throwing tools around and stuff like that.
Jesus.
Probably not the best of ideas. when you're-
Although good for a dodgeball trainer.
Oh, my God.
It's a reference.
And in June 2014, he started Rocket Madsen Space Lab right across the way from Copenhagen Suborbitals.
Oh. So Christian is still doing that.
And both groups were competing to be the first non-government crowd-funded group to send a person into space.
That's just
Oh, that's the space race.
Yes. So by August 2017, like I said, Kim had interviewed someone from Copenhagen Suborbitals, presumably Christian von Bankston,
Probably.
I'm not sure. And she wanted to also interview Peter Madsen to complete her story. And they were going to be leaving pretty soon for China.
the next day, I thought you said.
I don't think it was the next day. I think it was actually the next week. I misspoke. Sorry. On August 10th,
Wrote down next day.
because she had been trying to connect with Peter and hadn't been able to. So finally on August 10th, Peter texted Kim and invited her to his shop for tea. So she thought, okay, great. So she went and they had like a short little 30-minute visit. And then he had invited her to go aboard the UC-3 Nautilus with him that evening so she could see it firsthand.
Nope.
She wanted to go. She was a little bit nervous,
yeah.
but kind of excited, thought it would be fun. She was pretty brave and adventurous, obviously.
Yeah.
And one thing that gave her a little reservation was she and Ola were having a going away party that night with all of their friends, and because they were moving to China, and she felt bad missing the party. he said he kind of wanted to go on the Nautilus too. And she said he could come if he wanted to, but he said, nah, I really can't. That would be too rude to our guests. I need to go to the party. You go, have fun, but try to make it back, if it's not too late. Because Peter said they'd be out on the Nautilus for about 2 hours, leaving at 7. So if she got back by 9:30, the party would probably still be going.
In Europe, they probably haven't eaten dinner yet.
Yeah.
Right? Everything's later there.
Well,
They'd just eaten lunch.
Yeah. A light snack. Now they're on to, a rave, and then they'll come back and have dinner and then go to another rave. That's my perception of Europe.
so around 7 p.m., there she was, boarding the submarine with old eccentric Rocket Manson. And she texted Ola a picture of the submarine and a picture of herself at the steering wheel with a big smile on her face, and everything seemed fine. And then the submarine, they set sail, and, I guess when they first, not sail, but you know what I mean, they go and stay above the water. Mm-hmm. And I guess they kind of rode past the where Ola was having the party. They were like on a dock or whatever.
They honk the trucker horn.
And no, but she could see them. Yeah. And so, she waved and they took pictures of her and everything. Yeah. And then, they saw her go down into the submarine. And then a little bit after that, she texted Ola saying, I'm still alive, by the way, but I'm going down now. I love you. And then a little while later, she texted, he brought coffee and cookies, though.
Though.
Yeah.
Huh.
So.
It's a weird way to phrase that first text.
Well, so, yeah. So Ola had been texting her off and on throughout the night and not getting any replies back. Mm. And, he was probably busy with his activities, so wasn't thinking too much about it. But towards the end of the evening, when she didn't make it back by the end of the party, he was concerned. And he went to the pier and he looked to see if there was any sign of the submarine or her and Peter, and didn't see anything. Didn't really know what else to do, so he went home, tried to go to bed, but really couldn't get much sleep. And he was starting to worry more and more that maybe they had had an accident, maybe something had gone wrong. So around 2 a.m., he decided to get up and go back and, I guess to the docks and look for her. He rode his bike around looking. And
also my perception of Europe. Everybody rides bikes.
Yeah.
Especially in that part.
Actually, it was a little bit before 2 a.m. because I think it was around 2 a.m. that he actually contacted the police and the Navy and reported her as a missing person. Mm. They immediately started a search. And
wow, here they said, wait 48 hours and we'll talk.
Nope. So they, got boats out searching, and by at 11 o'clock that morning, a man out who was part of the search on his boat spotted the submarine near a lighthouse, and he clearly could see Peter Manson in the submarine tower. He saw him in the tower, and then he saw him go down into the hatch, and then after a few minutes, he came back up. But the guy on the boat could see, like bubbles coming from the water and the submarine clearly sinking. Oh. And Peter ended up in the water, and he was able to swim to a boat that, pulled him up and brought him over to the dock. So there were lots of people out that, people had heard that Kim and the submarine were missing.
So this island, that's hard to perceive it. It's very close, right? If they can see him and identify him and recognize him, it can't be that distance away from where the witness was standing.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a good concept of Copenhagen. I think it's a lot of little islands there, isn't it?
I think it is too. Yeah.
Or,
So when the boat brought Peter back to the dock, there were reporters there, and a reporter asked him if everything was okay. Kind of a weird question because he just saw the guy's submarine sink.
Yeah.
But Peter said he was fine, but he was sad that his submarine had sunk. He said that there was a defect in the ballast tank that caused it to sink, and he told the authorities that he had dropped Kim off at about 10:30 the night before on the northern tip of the island.
He's a big liar.
And that as far as he knew she was fine. She was fine when he last saw him. Well, he had somewhat of a reputation with the police as being a little bit weird. They did not believe his story from the very beginning. And a local restaurant owner immediately came forward because he said he had CCTV footage of the entire area. And he turned it over to the police. So if Peter had dropped off Kim where he said he did, it should have shown up on this guy's CCTV footage, and it didn't. There was no footage of Kim or Peter or the submarine at all.
Good old CCTV footage. One of the best
Changing-
things about Europe.
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah.
soon, all crime will be solved by DNA and CCTV.
Yeah.
Yep.
For better or worse, TBD.
And Ring cameras.
Yes.
Honestly, yeah, that'll solve all the package poachers.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
What?
we
have
had
one?
ours for, I don't know, like almost 2 months.
Okay, Mr. Handyman, get your toe
I
that
am
solid.
very clear. It was in our wedding vows that I don't know how to do things.
I don't recall that.
Yeah, trust me.
I wasn't there. I can't.
Peter was arrested. And they don't waste time there in Copenhagen.
Ah, I like
He was arrested and charged with involuntary manslaughter
Oh, shit.
for having killed Kim in an unknown way and in an unknown place.
And we haven't found the body. We just know you're lying about where you dropped her off and you scuttled your submarine.
Sometime
better
after
work.
5 p.m. on Thursday. That's all they could say.
And they full on charged him with it?
I
Wow.
like that. And again, in the United States, it'd be like 7 years. The
Yeah.
DA would be saying, oh, we just don't have enough. And nothing
Yeah.
would happen.
And he faced between 5 years to life in prison if he was found guilty.
Okay, that's a huge variation.
The next day, he had a pretrial hearing and he changed his story
Uh-oh.
about what had happened to Kim. He said, actually, Kim died on the submarine and it was a horrible accident. He said he had climbed through the hatch, and you know, the hatch door is 155 pounds. So it's very heavy. So he said he climbed through and then, held the hatch for Kim to climb up. And as she was climbing up, his footing slipped and he, I guess, let go of the lid and it fell and hit her on the head and caused a really bad head injury. And he heard a sickening thud as it fell on her head. And then obviously she fell back down into the submarine. And then he said there was a pool of blood where she landed, and he went down and touched her neck and didn't feel a pulse.
He's lifting 155 pounds every time he opens the hatch?
Yeah.
What is he, American Ninja Warrior? That's a lot.
That's really heavy.
Is that normally
That
how? Is that a
can't-
thing?
That sounds
I
weird. Did
don't
they
know.
test that?
I don't know.
I can't imagine he built the hatch 155 pounds.
I don't
That just
know.
seems bad.
So he said he decided to do the respectful thing and perform a burial
Okay,
at sea.
all right, that's the respectful
my
thing.
God.
You don't, tell her family or things like that. You just bury her
Yeah.
at sea.
And that he had to pull her body through the hatch by tying a rope to her legs and pulling her up backwards. And then he dumped her body into the ocean about 30 miles south of Copenhagen. He said he was then going to kill himself too. No. But when his submarine started sinking, he changed his mind and allowed himself to be rescued. So at this point, the judge ordered a full investigation
So he's still
into Kim's death.
He's still saying the submarine sinking was an accident. And
Yes.
it's unrelated completely to the also horrific accident of Kim's death.
Yeah.
He's a bad liar.
So, the submarine had sunk, so they brought it back up and determined that it had been deliberately sunk to hide evidence of Kim's death. 11 days after Kim was initially last seen, a cyclist spotted a headless, limbless torso
Oof.
washed ashore near where the submarine had sunk.
Oh, no.
Yes.
You need the head and limbs.
They put a rush on that DNA testing, and the next day,
Oh my God, I want to move to Denmark.
it was confirmed.
Just
That-
the 48 hours would be so much better in Denmark. Because in here it's like, and 7 months later,
Yeah.
after the rush DNA test,
Yeah. I think if we want to rush them, we can rush them.
not one day.
But
I'll
it
bet
never
ya.
seems to.
Doesn't seem like it.
I know. Well, it was confirmed that it was Kim. So then on August 23rd, Kim's mother released wonderful statement on Facebook announcing that Kim's remains had been found and talked a lot about Kim's life and journalism.
Her headless,
and
limbless
stuff like that.
remains had been found.
Yes, Dean.
It's not that uplifting.
No, but what she said about Kim was, and it was confirmed. I mean, obviously they were heartbroken and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
She's a writer, so I'm sure it was wonderful. Okay. A couple weeks later, the charges were changed to plain old manslaughter, from involuntary manslaughter to manslaughter.
Not murder when there's a limbless, headless fucking torso.
I know.
I mean, that doesn't prove that he intentionally murdered her, just prove that he messed with the body afterwards and tried to hide the crime. The manslaughter gave
That's true.
Yes.
Desecration of a corpse, nothing like that.
Well, you'll hear.
I get ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot more desecration.
Oh no, I'm scared.
In October, the investigation revealed that a computer on Madsen's submarine contained videos of women being tortured, strangled, and killed, some by being burned alive and decapitated.
That's a turn. I didn't know I heard this story, but I don't remember hearing. I guess I didn't follow up.
Was not expecting that.
Some of them were determined to be genuine, like actual events, like snuff films.
Oh, you mean some were not? Some are fake?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they probably couldn't prove that they all were, but yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming these weren't all videos that he made.
No,
right?
he did not make them.
Okay.
But there were hundreds.
So he's just an aficionado.
They were sadistic, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit.
The autopsy
Obviously.
on the torso.
Whoa, don't go out on a limb there.
I
That
won't.
controversial statement. The guy who has snuff films is not a good person.
Yes. The autopsy on the torso came back and revealed that Kim had been stabbed 15 times in and around her groin.
I was going to, oh my God.
This is just getting worse and worse. One of Carrie's good old downer episodes.
I know. Good God.
I know.
15 times. Oh my God. I was going to say, when he first said that, she wasn't there, I was going to say, that he changed his story. I was thinking, my knife slipped and I stabbed her. I didn't think but not in the groin area.
15
The
times.
focus.
Well, you'll hear how he explains it later.
Oh my
Scared.
God.
Then divers find Kim's head, clothing, and a knife in plastic bags close to where her torso was found.
This is the ocean. I'm pretty impressed by their
know.
retrieval powers.
Yeah.
There
Whoa.
in Denmark.
Well, I think there's like bays.
Yeah, but it's still the ocean.
Yeah,
It's
true.
the Baltic Sea.
Yeah. And dental records confirmed that they were Kim's.
Wow.
And then they also found her legs, and they found that they had been tied to pieces of metal to weigh them down.
So was the inside of that submarine just awash in blood? Because he more than likely did this dismemberment inside the sub,
Yeah,
right?
He would have had to.
He
Well,
would
when he
have
scuttled
to.
it, I guess he let the hatches open so it fills
That
with
was
water.
probably
Yeah.
the point of the entire point of
Yeah.
him
Yeah, okay.
doing
Yeah.
that.
Still, good God. I mean, he must have been up to his ankles in blood. When he
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
doing this.
Full on Dexter mode, like
He's a dude.
Yeah.
piece of shit. Whoa.
Well, hey, you can't be the only one going on controversial statements there.
Brave.
Also,
It's
near
courageous of me.
her legs, they found a saw that they believe was used.
Okay, I swear to God, Poseidon himself came and said, "You know what? I'm just gonna."
I'm going to show you where everything is. Otherwise, how the hell are you finding this stuff?
Yeah. And then her arms were later found in separate locations in the water. So
Wow.
they found everything.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
Either this bay has like the most convenient currents, or
Yeah.
this is the best research diving team ever.
Denmark,
And
we're
research.
We're very impressed with you.
And this was October. Remember, this happened like
It's a little chilly.
August 16th or something. So, or August
my
10th,
God.
something. I don't know. But
It's getting cold up there.
what I'm saying is 2 months, less than 2 months. And theyve retrieved
We weren't sure
everything.
what you said.
I know. I wasn't
Return
sure the
or-
point yet.
I was talking about the weather. So, even though they had all of her remains, investigators couldn't determine a specific cause of death, but her skull showed no signs of fracture or blunt force trauma, proving that his story about the hatch falling on her head was not true.
And they did find the multiple groin stabs.
I was
right?
gonna say
Yes.
that. Yeah, I might go
So
out
that-
on a
isn't
limb.
that-
But-
isn't that why?
No, not deadly. I mean,
How do you know? She could have bled
Blood
out.
loss from
Isn't it
15.
carry, like-
There are arteries down there. What
That's
the
true.
fuck,
Bitch, if
lady?
you can't take some stabs in the groin area, you're not.
I'm
you don't come play with
scared.
me.
well, they couldn't pinpoint it for sure. Is what they were saying.
That would have
Yes.
been enough for me.
Yeah, I'm not an autopsy man, but
Yeah,
Well,
that's the technical term.
Autopsy man. Well, so now Peter has to admit, okay, she wasn't hit in the head.
God.
His new story is she died of carbon monoxide poisoning
So I stabbed her in the groin and dismembered her body.
in the engine room while he was up on deck. And when he was finally able to get back in, I guess, get that 155-pound hatch door open, a warm cloud hit his face. And he found her lifeless on the floor. Tried to wake her up. He slapped her cheeks a bit.
Okay.
And
that explains the stabbing to the groin.
Yeah.
And when he couldn't wake her up, he realized she was dead. And he tried for over an hour to get her body out of the hatch.
With knives.
But he couldn't do it. He couldn't get her whole body up there. So that's why he had to dismember her.
Oh, my
Simply
God.
had to.
What a douche.
No.
And he originally lied about that because remember, he said he tied a rope to her legs and pulled her up. Yeah. He said he originally gave that story because out of respect for her family. He didn't want to have to admit to her family that he had to cut her up.
Had to.
Sigh. Because you wouldn't just, go back to the dock.
Yes.
And say, I have a body in my submarine. She died innocently. You'd cut her up.
So in January of 2018, he was formally charged with murder, dismemberment, and indecent handling of a corpse.
I feel like these when your lie is that your lie to try to get out of a crime is that stupid,
egregiously bad.
They should add time to your sentence. I'm not even kidding about that.
I mean, it honestly does show a willingness to.
You're clearly
do the worst and try to get away with it.
Yeah. And you're just being a douche.
Yeah.
And you're a dick. And you're
not to mention like mental anguish of the survivors and the family. So it's just, piece of shit.
He was also charged with having sexual relations with her of a dangerous nature.
What the hell? Do you think that went on down there? Does that mean
wait, what?
Corpse fucking?
Does that mean
maybe?
Of a dangerous nature.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't like that phrasing.
I'm thinking because of the stabs around her groin. They're thinking there was something sexual in that because they had found his torture videos and stuff. So they think it was sexual.
It's murder. I mean, it's just the method.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The phrasing of that
is weird.
Sexual relations?
Yeah.
No. That's not sexual relations of any sort.
Well, that's how they worded it, guys.
That's sexual violence.
No,
I know. I'm not criticizing you.
No, I'm not happy with Denmark.
You lost me, Denmark.
You were doing so well there, Denmark.
So huge story, obviously, but the particularly gruesome details and everything got people thinking, who is this fucking Peter Manson? Wow. Where did he come from?
Denmark, watch your language.
Looking and thinking.
So, Peter Manson grew up in a little village called Saber, about 60 miles west of Copenhagen.
She's questioning your source there. Saber?
Well, yeah, I'm not sure about any of that, but
I could be lying.
I mean, I
do you
think
mean the
that's
pronunciation?
Yeah,
okay.
His mother's name was Annie. And she was 36 years younger than his father.
Oh, that sounds... The way you make it sound is like...
that's
gross.
It is a little. Okay. His name was Carl. And his mom actually had 3 sons from 2 previous marriages. Carl was an innkeeper, and he was described as authoritarian and violent. When Peter was 6, his mom left Peter with violent authoritarian Carl and took her other 3 sons. And left.
I think the mom had a premonition or just can tell. This one is probably a sociopath. I'm going to leave him with the...
No, I'm going to say that's one of the inciting events of him being a sociopath.
I think she had a gut instinct.
No.
Left him behind.
The baby.
Then why'd she leave him behind?
He just had a bad vibe.
Yes. She got a bad vibe from the 6-year-old.
Well, maybe because he was Peter's actual son, and she thought if she took him, Carl would come after her or something. I don't know. No clue.
We almost left Jack in Orange County. That was close to it.
But you couldn't, because I would have clawed my way up here and stabbed you in the throat in your sleep for leaving me. I'm Chucky, bitch.
So anyway, Carl, actually, as horrible as he was, and Peter described him as, being pretty mean. He kind of talked about him in terms of being like a Nazi and stuff.
Yikes.
But he was somewhat supportive of Peter's projects and even built him a workshop. But people described Peter as being very difficult to get along with, and one of his half-brothers said that he is very strange and his own worst enemy.
That
He was reportedly married, and he and his wife had an open marriage, but nobody really knew anything about his wife. And in fact, during the trial, his wife divorced him.
Okay.
He did have ex-girlfriends say that he was into sadomasochism and erotic asphyxiation, and that he used his submarine to try to lure women, saying like, "Hey, lady, do you want to come back and see my submarine?"
Wow, that
Oh,
could be
no.
misinterpreted very easily. So his submarine was like his wingman.
Yes.
It was like his, hey, how you doing?
was his hinge line.
I got a submarine.
Yeah. So on March 8th, 2018, so less than a year after these events, his trial started. Also unusual. Doesn't happen in the United States.
Nope.
It was one of the most popular cases in the history of Denmark because of the particularly gruesome nature of the crime.
Is popular the right word?
That's, yeah.
Famous,
Well, yeah.
infamous.
Yeah. And reporters converged on Copenhagen from all over the world. So they actually had to set up a special room at the courthouse with a special video link to accommodate something like 110 journalists or something. And the case was heard by a judge and 2 jurors, 2 lay people, not
Two.
2.
That doesn't seem
Is
like
that
enough.
normal? That's
No, the typical jury is 6 people.
Still doesn't seem like enough.
And
that
apparently,
seems like plenty, actually. 12 is a ridiculous
apparently the judge and 2 jurors had equal votes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like there's a judge, and then there's 2 more judges who are not, actual
Legal
judges.
experts, yeah.
Huh.
Interesting, huh?
I like it.
The trial took 11 days, lasting 7 weeks. And Manson described himself as a loving psychopath.
Oh, okay.
That-
Not
I mean-
totally helpful.
It's an oxymoron.
But it's it's a bold gambit.
And-
Try to soften the whole image of sociopaths and psychopaths. Just we're misunderstood.
Yeah.
He was trying to say.
Well, he retold the story that Kim had died of carbon monoxide poisoning and that he dismembered her to get her out of the submarine and give her a proper burial at sea. And he said, "What do you do when you have a large problem? You make it smaller."
He's
Gross. And then he said, "I'm really, really sorry about what happened."
No.
you're not.
I love it when
Wouldn't
they
you still be lying.
When they
What
use the passive
happened?
tense. Yeah, what happened, not what I did.
Mistakes were made.
Bad things happened in the world somewhere.
And
Someone did
if
them.
If you're offended by it,
Ugh.
I presumably am sorry if you were so weak as to take offense.
You can interpret this
what I
as
did.
an apology.
Well, experts testified about the multiple stab wounds on Kim's body. So Peter had to explain. He admitted that he had to use a sharpened screwdriver to puncture her body parts to make sure they would sink.
No, he doesn't understand.
Bitch.
And he said there was nothing sexual about the fact that there were stab wounds in her vagina.
That's just the best place to.
He said, yeah.
Let the gases escape. That's all.
Yep, he had to do it, and there was nothing sexual in it for him.
He needs to have just every time he speaks another year.
The pathologist testified that there were no signs of carbon monoxide poisoning, no heat damage or traces of exhaust gases in her lungs, as you would expect if she had been exposed to carbon monoxide. Many of her wounds were found to be caused while she was still alive or maybe within minutes of her death, not long after she died, like Peter said. So he pretty much lied about everything. And when the police had first brought him in initially, after he sunk his sub, they noted that he had scratches on his arms and scrapes on his face and neck, which presumably could have been made by Kim
She fought.
if there was a fight. And the prosecutor believed that Manson had stashed a saw, sharpened screwdrivers, straps, pipes, and a video camera in the submarine.
Oh, so this is
And
fully
that,
premeditated.
that he had planned to kill her the way he did.
Wow.
His wife was originally called as a witness, but then she was excused due to medical reasons or health reasons or something. But like I said, she left him during the trial and got a divorce. But many other women testified that Peter had tried to get him to join them, or try to get them to join him on his submarine in the days before Kim's death. And they had text messages from, I think, or two or three women that he had texted them to come on the submarine that night, and none of them showed up.
Wow. Really? So he
Oh shit.
he was going to try to do multiple at the same time? It's just like first one shows up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeesh.
If I invite 4 women, maybe one will show up. Yep. A former sexual partner of his testified that he texted her messages of a violent sexual fantasy of cutting up a woman on his submarine, using similar details of what happened to Kim, including the type of tools he used. And it was like he was inviting her, like he wanted to do it to her.
Jeez.
She said she didn't take it seriously, though, until obviously she found out about what happened to Kim.
This is
and then
some
she
Army
came
Hammer
forward.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they always, I mean, who knows? She may not have, but they always say that afterwards. Because
Yeah.
otherwise you say, okay, you should have said something instead of just not going and saving yourself.
Yeah.
You let Kim die.
Yeah. And then, of course, they showed the videos, the hundreds of videos
They showed the videos.
to the jury. Yeah.
Okay, if I were that jury, I would have said, you know what? I get the point.
I don't
I
need to see
know.
anymore.
You don't got to drive it home anymore.
Yeah.
You could have just said snuff film and I would have got it. Don't,
Seriously.
it's not- I don't need to see any of those things.
Well, his defense attorney claimed that the case was based on purely circumstantial evidence, and there was no direct evidence that Madsen had killed her.
What?
She proposed that he get 6 months in prison for indecent handling of a corpse.
She needs to go to jail with him for at least a third of the time.
The prosecution asked for a sentence of life in prison or to place him in a type of custody with no time limit for prisoners believed to pose a significant danger to others, which are the harshest penalties in Danish law.
Yeah, but there needs to be a minimum, right? Otherwise, no time limit. Who knows what happens in 5 or 6 years? No time limit almost it implies no ceiling, but it also implies no floor.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
don't
good.
know. Psychiatrists recommended he be held in safe custody because his psychopathic and narcissistic traits made him a continuing danger to others.
Obviously.
They said, he had no remorse, he had no empathy.
Yeah.
So
You don't need as many degrees as Miss Kim had to know that.
he said, this is what Peter Madsen said, if anything, I am sorry about what happened.
If anything.
If
Oh,
anything.
yeah. Well, he was found guilty of premeditated murder, indecent handling of a corpse, and sexual relations other than intercourse of a particularly dangerous nature. That's the stab wounds.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Seems like a 50 Shades of Grey thing. Like, hey, you can do whatever you want, but if it might hurt somebody badly, you can't do it. You know what I mean? Like S&M. They're going to say,
Yeah.
oh, that's legal. That's consenting adults. But if you do something that hurts somebody and you could have known that your act would hurt them, we can still prosecute you. That's my guess.
Okay. I don't know.
It's called the 50 Shades Clause.
Sure. He was given a life sentence. And he was also instructed to pay Kim's boyfriend around $19,650. And
I need that in euros.
I don't like this because it happens in the United States as well. His life sentence means he could be released in as little as 12 years.
That's evil.
How is that a life sentence
Not
then?
a life sentence. 12 years is not nearly enough.
Nope.
His submarine became the property of the state and was destroyed. And when he heard what his sentence was, he sat motionless with his eyes closed and his head bowed. And his attorney vowed to appeal.
Oh, fuck off, attorney lady. So I hope he gets killed in prison.
Yes.
I
That'd
don't
be a
even-
win-win.
Yeah, I
Somebody
didn't-
Jeffrey Dahmer his ass in Copenhagen State Pen.
I didn't look up any updates. Oh,
Not
but
sorry, guys.
there was something else I wanted to say.
Oh,
Are you
God.
going to look something up just now?
No, I have them on my phone.
Your Mama
Yeah.
said, hey, Google. Okay, Google.
Tell me the rest of the story. Alexa. Oops.
I know. I was
Don't
about
say
to
that
say,
so
don't
loud.
activate her.
He actually, I don't have this anywhere, but he, of course, got married in
No.
prison.
What is
To
up
whom?
with people
Yeah.
who marry bloodthirsty murderers?
Some Russian woman
Oh, of course.
married him. Yeah. So weird.
Russia is the Florida of the world.
If she gets
Yeah.
Danish citizenship, I am going to be angry with Denmark. That's all I'm saying.
No, I wanted to say that her mother, Kim's mother,
Mm-hmm.
has written a book about her. It's called The Book of Kim Wall, When Words End.
When words end, she need to work on that. Workshop it.
Too
We
late.
can do better than that.
And then A Silenced Voice, The Life of Journalist Kim Wall. I don't know if that's
a little better.
That might be another book.
Better title.
But also, they set up the Kim Wall Memorial Fund to provide grants to journalists whose work embodies the spirit of Kim's reporting.
I like it.
And it's set up to support women going into journalism to carry on Kim's.
Legacy.
Yep. So if you want to
Clap.
find out more about that, I guess there's a Facebook page. If you just look up, I'm sure, Kim Wall Memorial Fund.
It's a chilling story.
Yeah.
There was more mayhem than I thought there was. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
Yes.
mayhem. I don't know if I'd describe it as such.
I would.
Well, that's what, yeah. Also, interestingly, the year Kim was murdered, 2017, 45 other journalists around the world were killed while on the job. Journalism is a pretty dangerous.
It is. Usually it's political
vocation.
or criminal, like
Yeah.
narco terrorism, things like that,
Yeah.
or killing them. But this one was just a little more just bad luck.
Yeah.
It wasn't any kind of. You
Wasn't-
don't think this is a dangerous story
Right.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're working with narcissists,
Well, she didn't know
No.
until it was too late.
Nope.
That's a terrible story. Yeah, I must have blacked it out. Not blacked it out. I must have not followed it at the time very closely after the arrest and whatever, because I don't remember anything about the torture
details?
and
Oh.
the snuff films.
Yeah.
And
I
I know
had
he's
nothing.
I do.
a monstrous little toad. I thought I didn't remember how. I knew he killed her. I thought it was more like, got in an argument or made a pass at her and he killed her and covered up the body. I knew he threw the body out. I knew
Yeah.
that. I didn't know it was completely
Planned.
premeditated.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, he's not a good guy.
No.
Not at all.
Turns out he's not.
Mm-hmm.
No. Mm-mm. Again, the correlation between having a snuff film and being a not good person is pretty clear here, 100%.
pretty positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with that.
Yep. Well, thank you. Thank you, Carrie. I don't know if I
Yeah.
really want to thank you for that. That was terrifying.
And a little bit saddening.
It
Very
was.
sad.
Ha!
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I guess now we need to cheer up our listeners.
Well, we have a dog and a cat in the room, so that'll probably
We
help
do?
some of you.
Where?
What?
I don't see them.
There's a
Well-
kitty right
Oh,
here.
okay.
We got a kitty next to me and a doggy on the stairs.
Can't see them.
And just picture that. It's cute.
And
Okay.
a big banana toy.
That sounded weird.
I didn't
but,
like that.
Okay. Okay, Carrie, thank you. You know what? We're going to make a note. We'll do something more upbeat next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okie
Because
doke.
that was not. Do something a little lighter, Carrie. Think of something a little lighter. I don't know. You seem to be a Carrie Downer. Something here.
Okay, I'll do something happy.
Okay, cool. All right. Thank you, everyone. Until next
Find
time.
us on the Weird World podcast on the internet and stuff.
That's okay. See ya.
Bye.
Goodbye.